Hey guys, welcome back to Garage Theory once again. Today's video is going to be about seating the valves as well as cleaning the valves. So you saw in the last video, I pulled these things out. I did the valve seals on the head. So now I'm going to clean it. All these gunked up valves. So I watched a couple of YouTube videos of how to clean it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of these valves on a drill, this guy, and I am going to my little makeshift grind wheel with this wire attachment. All it's going to do is I'm going to turn it on with this. Up and spin, and I'm just gonna lightly brush it and just get all that buildup off the valves. I'm not gonna apply pressure at all. I'm just gonna let it just graze it, get all these buildup. This really thick. This is the intake side, so it's not as bad, but the exhaust side, look at that thing. It's like really difficult. I tried that Behrman chemical carb cleaner. That doesn't do anything. So I'm gonna do it this more aggressive way. Yeah, hopefully it works. I mean, it should. I'm not trying to grind it down. I'm just trying to just clean it off. And then I'm gonna show you how to seat them or lap them. I got this valve grinding compound, and I'm gonna lap them and seat them into the head, and I'll show you how that's done. Alright, so that's it. As you can see, it's pretty cleaned. I got a lot of that carb buildup off. A lot better than where it was. And then the underneath side looks real good. I mean, there's a little bit there, but I'm not too crazy about it. So then the last step is I use a little Scotch-Brite pad. Use this guy right here. Just a red Scotch-Brite. And just pretty much go over the surface one more time. I tried doing this once and it didn't work, so I had to use this aggressive, a little more aggressive grind wheel. By the way, what do you guys think about my grind bench? It's a little Harbor Freight angle grinder on a vise, and on a little extension cord surge protector as an on-off switch, so I don't have to fiddle with this. So here we are after cleaning all the valves off with the makeshift grinder over there. So now we're gonna have to lap them, more like get a really nice seat when these things go all the way in like so. You want this thing to be 100% sealed so the you don't get any blow by, low compression, and all that stuff. So how to do that is put a little bit of this grinding compound on both sides, on the head side and as well as the valve. Just pretty much right around this area right here, and this area here, this little surface area. And I have this drill attachment, little suction cup. All it does is just stick right onto this like that, and you just pretty much spin it, and then it will make a new seat for it, and that would give you 100% seal. So let me go ahead and get that set up, and I'll show you the process. Alright, so let's take the valve out, take a close inspection of this area right about here. Kind of see how it looks right now. You think, yeah, it looks fine, you know, but since this is aluminum and this grinding compound is pretty harsh, so just put a little bit on there like so. If I get this thing to focus. So here's the compound. Just kind of spread it thinly on there. And we'll do the same for the head. And go ahead and suction it to the plunger like so. I put a little bit of assembly lube at the end of this because I do have fresh seals on there, and you know, I just want it to glide nicely. So I go ahead and put it in. Go ahead and use the plunger piece. Kind of press a little firm. See how it comes up. So now go ahead and start to drill. And you just want it to touch down on it. You don't want to add pressure. You want the cutting compound to do the work. Because you can hear it. So all you're doing is just pretty much lapping it. You're making a new seat is what it's pretty much doing. Okay, so now we're going to check it, see how well it cleaned up and grounded the surface of the head. So now on the valve, you see this wear mark right here, the dull area. That's the new seat. That's pretty much where this line right there is touching down on the head. So you look for any low spots. You'll see, like, you know, see how shiny it is. Look for any low spots where the dull area is, and that's a low spot. So this one looks really good, very consistent. And so you do the same to this. You check for consistency and make sure that it's also grounded down evenly. Let me show you. So you see this area right here? That's where the compound was and overlapping when the valve was seated on there. So this looks really good. So I would call this done. Put that back on, and I gotta do the rest of them. I don't know why this camera doesn't like to focus. There you go. Maybe I was just too close. So yeah, I gotta do the rest of them. But that's pretty much the process, guys. It's pretty simple. You know, you don't want to overcut it. You just want enough to, you know, make sure that the surface is all lapped and seated correctly. So, you know, you could double check, triple check, you know, if in case you're afraid of over grinding. You know, just take your time. It does take a long time to do, but in the long run, you know, it's necessary. If not, you're just gonna have bad compression.